We always love Wednesdays because that means it's time for Mike on the Money, and we know you do too. Mike Giordano, financial manager with Williams Wealth Management, is here. And ready or not, we just have 2 more months until 2025. That ball is going to be dropping in Times Square. So Mike says it's a good time to kind of take a step and think about some things that we need to be doing in these next 2 months, right?
Yeah. It really is, because I mean, it feels like 2 months is a lot of time.
Sure.
And oftentimes when you're thinking about financial moves, sometimes they take a little bit of time in order to actually execute. But really, they sometimes take a little bit of time to really think through, because you gotta go. What are my goals? You know, the end of the year is a great time for people goal setting for the next year, whatever. So when you start thinking about like, hey, are we going to have family dynamic changes, a growing family? Have I made more money this year? All kinds of different factors play into what types of financial moves you want to make. So getting a head start on it can really be helpful.
Okay, so what might some of those financial moves be that people do want to consider?
Yeah, so I mean, across the board, investments, taxes, retirement planning, all over the place. You have tons of different types of moves. Certainly, you know, you see someone there on the screen. If you made more money, you got the ability to fund more into your 401k. That might be an option. You might want to add some more money to your 401k. Also, Roth conversions are a great thing if you're trying to figure out how to manage the flexibility of how your accounts are going to get taxed. So Roth conversions can be great in that sense. Tax loss harvesting, you've had some certain assets that have really appreciated significantly over the last couple of years. You might want to figure out, how do I reduce the risk on those without, you know, taking on all those taxes? So tax loss harvesting can be a great way to do that. Annual gifting, if you're giving money to your family, your friends, and then obviously charitable contributions. How do you want to do those charitable contributions? Not only just the amounts, but do you want to do it with highly appreciated stock, or do you want to do it through an IRA if you're in your 70s, or do you just want to pay cash?
Oh, that's a good point too, because we usually just think about a cash contribution, but there are plenty of ways to do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I know right now in the newsroom, we appreciate very much that we have a great health insurance plan, but we all have to make selections. So insurance is another thing that people need to kind of look at in the fourth quarter.
Right, absolutely. And right now we're getting an open enrollment season, right? And Medicare is already there, and then a lot of the other ones will start here in the next few days. Yes.
Tell us what to pick.
Well, and it's so hard because year in and year out, especially, you know, your needs might change as a family. And so I know for a fact, it takes me hours and hours as I'm trying to run through all the calculations of what makes the most sense, both on a premium basis and then also in terms of like how much of my out-of-pocket expense is going to be, and then layer on a health savings account as well. So that's another factor that you look at. So trying to figure all that stuff out, really important to do now. Also, flex savings accounts, those ones where the money, you use it or lose it, right? You got a couple months left to use that money, so make sure you use up all that money. And then life insurance is a really big one, because as you're thinking through your future and you're thinking through, you know, any kind of changes in your family or income or lifestyle, you want to make sure you have the right amount of life insurance. I
think people think about life insurance if they're married or have children. Do single people need life insurance as well?
Yeah, it depends on what your responsibilities are, what you're trying to protect. So certainly they can. It can benefit you if you have life insurance, and if you've already got the insurance, then if you had any kind of adverse health issue, you're already insured. But it really comes down to, what are you trying to protect?
Perfect. All right, I'm going to confess something.
Yes.
I never make a Christmas budget. It's terrible.
Gosh, I want to be one of your friends.
I know, but I get bitten every time because I always go over.
Yeah.
Is it too early to start kind of thinking about Christmas shopping now and kind of making a budget for Christmas?
Well, no, not for. I mean, no, it isn't. Not. It definitely isn't. I'm stumbling here because I don't understand.
You don't understand how I get.
I have to have a budget. I don't understand where you're coming from.
Well, I only have one kid.
I'm flummoxed. Okay, I'm flummoxed. Yeah. So no, it's really helpful if you do it right now, because you have a few paychecks before you really got to get into the nitty-gritty of holiday shopping season. And so if you think about it now, you can make a better list of who you want to buy a gift for, how much money you kind of want to spend, and then you can start saving that money maybe over the next month so that you're in better position when holiday shopping happens. And I would say starting today is really the day you want to do it, because tomorrow, of course, you're going to be on a sugar high. That sugar high could last for more than a week, and all of a sudden now you've lost that window.
That's right. We'll be stealing candy from
What's
the
your favorite
children
candy,
tomorrow.
by the way?
I like those little almond mounds things.
Oh
mounds. Nobody likes them, so
I know. Dots are the ones I hate the most.
Oh, yeah,
so if somebody gives me dots tomorrow, I'm
favorite?
Favorite's got to be Snickers. Just perfect texture.
Save your Snickers and mounds for us. Chris?